Surprise, surprise. Apparently the Russians are not happy with the Germans are not happy with Russia, the EU are being cowards, NATO are kicking off, and everyone's stupid. There we go, that's the headline. But the reality is that the Russian state have decided to ban and kick out Deutsche Welle, their TV channel, the state TV channel of Germany. This is basically retaliation because Germany decided to ban RT because they said that's propaganda, pro-Russia propaganda. And the Russian government are saying that DW is propaganda for Germany. And there are sides. The Western side are saying, yeah, the Easterns are. They're the bad ones. They're complete evil, and we are the best ones, morally. And then there are some, actually in the West, who are supporting Russia, saying, just because, and I agree, especially historically in 20th century and more recently, we've done a lot of idiotic things, and foreign policy, especially from America, has been destructive. But because of that, they are unintentionally supporting Putin, saying that, well, now he's the father figure, he's the best one. He's so good, he's pro-freedom, everything's free in Russia, in a free press, you could do whatever you want, you could be this, you could be that, you could have a business, small business. No, you can't. There's no good side in this. We destroyed our free speech in Europe, in Western Europe especially, and in America there's a backlash. So just because we've destroyed it here and we have all the globalists ruining everything, doesn't mean that the Russians are better than this. Everyone right now is completely stupid. Now, Joe Biden, speaking of stupid, Joe Biden is offering Russia access to NATO bases to bring down the tensions with Ukraine. So I'm not really sure if we can trust a Democrat president who are usually very much pro-intervention. Every single one of them, you had Obama starting conflict, and you had every single one of them in the past as well. And obviously W, who was a Republican, but of course, he was a neocon Republican. The only one who didn't start a conflict was Trump. And otherwise, but even Trump was not an isolationist. He was very much pragmatic when it came to foreign policy. He was very good at bluffing. He actually managed to contain the crazy inside the eastern side, so with the Putin and Kim Jong-un and all the others, and he managed to actually do the peace deals in the Arab world, between Israel and the Arab world. Joe Biden, not really sure if you can trust him, because 1 minute they want to take over the world, 1 minute they give access to Russia to NATO bases, and it's a bit dodgy. And my view is, again, my experience of the sort of things that Putin and his government have done to my family in Iran, I can never support the guy. These guys have completely destroyed the Iranian society and many other countries by their expansion, by the manipulation, and of course the way they train the bases in Iran and in many other countries, and of course they're taking over in Afghanistan, but behind the scenes. So you have no evidence, just like what they did in Syria. And people are like, well, there's no evidence. Well, I got evidence for you. My family and friends have evidence for you. But it doesn't mean that the Americans have always been the good guys either. Both sides are stupid. Both sides are wrong. And the only people who get hurt are us in the middle, in between, East and West. And this is the issue. We need a proper leader. We need your Trumps back. The people like Donald Trump, whether you like it or not, the domestic policies, he had a lot of flaws, especially when it came to budget management and deficit, the federal budget. Otherwise, he was one of the best when it came to the international stage. And whether you like it or not, he should come back. And in this country, we also need someone who's actually a proper statesman who can actually deal with the international conflicts in a proper way rather than just be ready to press a button. We should stop starting conflicts. Stop it. Just stop it. And we have to deal with Putin and Russia and all the others as well. It's one of those weird situations right now that I'm just waiting to see who's going to mess up first. And my money is on Biden. Don't know what you think. Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to come back, I think. I will schedule it first. But I believe around 9 p.m., 8ish, 9, with a live stream. We're going to do a special live episode. And we're going to talk about the conflict between Priti Patel and Cressida Dick. Subscribe to the channel on my TC, and we are the media.